my gosh, y'all. If Latisha brings up Melody tried to ruin her marriage one more time, I am going to lose it. And I'm so glad somebody brought up the fact that it was actually Martell that said Marsau had 20 girlfriends. Now, it wasn't an exaggeration. I'm pretty sure it was. But nevertheless, it seemed as though it was Martell that got the party started, that brought a spotlight to Marsau's infidelity. And I feel like maybe Melody could have perhaps wanted Latisha to step into that spotlight to see what was going on with her man. But Latisha wasn't ready, nor will she ever probably be ready, because every time I hear Latisha say, man, I tried to ruin my marriage, to me, what she's really saying is Melody was trying to destroy the fantasy that she was living in by presenting her facts, figures, and statistics about Marsau and what he's been up to, that she just wasn't willing to accept. You know, like some of those people are just like, no, I don't want to go to the doctors because they don't even want to hear the report. They rather live in ignorance. Ignorance is bliss. And I feel like she's probably mad at Melody for trying to, not buy into her ignorance or whatever, or to maybe put her on to like, hey, this is what your man is doing. But nevertheless, like I say, like I heard, I feel like it's true. You're never supposed to tell a woman about a man she likes. In Latisha's case, a man that she loves. She is not leaving him. She is not going anywhere. For some women, they feel like that's the best that they can do. A lot of times, women don't want to move on or end the situation because they feel like, what else am I going to do? Who am I? Like, a lot of the times, they're in like codependent relationships. They see the person as an extension of them. And they feel as though like, if they're not with this person, that they're nobody. So I'm just like, we have to leave Latisha alone. Let her be, let her go. But honestly, I really wanted to do this video because I found out that when Carlos King was trying to have Kimmy, Latisha, and Melody on Instagram Live, that he actually couldn't do it because they realized that Latisha and Melody had each other blocked. So they couldn't join the same session. Isn't that interesting? But I feel as though I was like, oh my gosh, why these girls got each other blocked? It is not that serious. They can like remove each other from their feed, mute them or something like that. But honestly, after doing a little digging and some research, I learned that blocking people is a form of self-care and actually why we should do it more. And I wanted to share some of the things that I found out with you guys to kind of see what you think. And I'm pretty sure if I did a poll, how many people had blocked somebody on social media, on their phone or whatever, I'm pretty sure all of us have done that. So, you could drop in the comments the reasons why you had to block somebody. Sharing is caring. We like to talk around here. But anyway, so from this article from Symptoms of Living, titled Blocking People is a Form of Self-Care, the author actually said we don't block people enough. I think sometimes we feel like we need to be stoic and, okay, I'm not going to let what I see affect me. But if it is affecting you, it's okay to do something about it. And I feel like, dang, that's right. It's so true. So the article mentioned we subject ourselves to unnecessary misery and discomfort through consistently viewing the individual on our pages. And I guess the same thing could be said if like somebody's texting you or calling you that you don't want to have anything to do with, or like, you're cool with this person, but y'all done grew distance. And like sometimes they may come back into your life and trigger you. I feel like it's okay to block them. Like literally sometimes people do come back in your life or pop up, or then you see that person's feed, then it just throws off your whole entire day. So who needs that? Sometimes I think we care a lot about perception and how people are going to take it, but so what? You are the star of your show. This is your movie. This is your life. You are the superhero. So be that star. If you have to eliminate the villains through blocking somebody, so be it. But at the end of the day, it's on you to shine and thrive. Even when little circumstances, situations try to pop up and get you off your game. You got to block them, move around them like little Kim be doing in her dance. But so yeah, another thing is we don't block people enough. So why do we choose to keep viewing people's social media accounts that we don't care to interact with anymore? I'm pretty sure like if somebody we knew in person that we knew we was going to see them, that we don't want to see them, we would go a whole different other way. Like, okay, I'm trying to avoid them. I feel like blocking is basically the same thing, because constantly seeing their feed, seeing the feed of the person you don't like that could pull you back into the time or a bad space that you were with them. And who wants to constantly see that, even if the person doesn't post all the time, it's like the weird Instagram algorithm. Even if you want to see something else, their thing probably going to come up, and I don't know why social media be like that. But either way, I get it. So yeah, why should we keep a person on their feed just so we're not perceived as being showing that we're butthurt or showing that we care if we block them? So what? It's about you and you only. Put yourself back into the driver's seat. You are not a passenger in this movie anymore. You're taking over. So another thing I learned from this article is that blocking people online is not petty or a weakness, like mentioned before. So when you block a person on social media, it's actually a strength because you know yourself. You know your triggers. You also know that you have available resources on this platform to protect your peace, and you decide to use them. So you go ahead, block, unfollow, mute, whatever you decide to do. But when you do that, you're actually creating a physical boundary. And you create your social media feed to meet the requirements, the standards that you put in place to protect your peace and your mental. And to me, that's a pretty strong thing. That's nowhere weak or petty. Because like I said, you're putting yourself first. You're putting your needs first. And if you know that somebody's it could go even as something as simple, and I don't want to say simple, but if it's somebody's political beliefs or, your cousin that be posting like weird things and conspiracy theories that you're not into, it's just like, okay, I don't want to see this. I still love you, cousin, but you could go ahead and unfollow. All right, mute them. Do whatever it takes, and it is okay. Another thing that this article mentioned that I'm like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense, is that people usually only consider blocking an ex, boyfriend, or girlfriend. Like, people kind of understand that, but it is okay to block an ex-friend. Blocking an ex-friend, associate, co-worker is just as acceptable. Actually, it's this thing that be going around where like your co-worker will ask you like, oh, what's your social media? I couldn't find you. And then they show like, you couldn't find me because I done already looked you up and blocked you. Yeah, because you got to keep that space. Like, I don't want you to see what's going on with me, okay? We are co-workers. Great, happy, joy. That's where it starts and ends. I don't need you to know what I be doing on the weekends and all that good jazz. Even though I don't really be doing much. But I get why people do block their coworkers, and you look now. But for this instance with Melody and Tisha, them blocking each other as friends is actually understandable because ex-friends seeing their posts, that can also create like a sadness or discomfort. It could make you feel a certain type of way too. Like, even though you're not friends with them no more, even though it's no bad blood, you just want to remove every remnants of their lives. You don't want to like think about them, see them. You may not want to see them out with their other friends. And it's not that you're being petty, but right now, once the hurt is kind of fresh and new, you just don't want to be bothered. Even though in this article, it said that they have blocked each other since season 1. I'm like, oh, dang. Like, that's pretty funny. Like, I feel like after a while, I could block somebody, but then eventually I will unblock them after I have peace, or I feel like, the feelings are going and I'm not going to care that much anymore. So then I can unblock them. So that's kind of what I do. But to hear that they blocked each other since season 1, I had no idea. I think that's pretty hilarious. But yes, go ahead and remove those ex-friends, those ex-boyfriends, those ex-co-workers, anybody that's triggering you or your posts or anything like that. Now, don't block me. If you see me on Instagram or Twitter, you better follow me at Syncflutter. My name is like the same thing on all these platforms. But yes, so don't block me. But, block your coworkers, all those annoying people, whatever, for your mental peace. But other than that, let me know what you guys think about Melody and Tisha blocking each other. That's so funny to me. Other than that, no, it's not funny, but it's just interesting. But it's also like, oh, it must have been at a time that they really cared. Because that is true. I feel like, you block people because you did care about them at a time. I'm not going to block like somebody I really didn't care about like that. It's just like, okay, whatever. But they did care about each other, and hopefully they will get to a place of understanding. For them, it looks like a boundary is just like, let's not talk about marriages and relationships. We could be cool up to that point. We could talk business, we can hang out, share restaurant suggestions with each other. But as far as relationship goes, I guess maybe that's a boundary that they shouldn't cross, because come to find out, people are saying that Tisha knew all along that Melody husband was cheating even before she knew, because Marsau they would be hanging out with the side chick allegedly. but allegedly. So, you know, I can understand why Melody could feel a certain type of way. So I guess that's why when Melody tried to flip it and reverse it and bring it back to Tisha, Tisha was like, don't try to destroy my marriage, you know? So, fine. So, let it be. But I don't know if they can get back onto the right track. If they haven't been cool for this long, then, you know, sometimes maybe it's not meant to be. But because they're on the same show together, maybe it is. I don't know. We'll leave it in God's hands to figure it out. But other than that, let me know what y'all think. And do not forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. And let me know what y'all think. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.
Matt Saint, quite a man, a girl was heaven sent. Matt Saint, quite a man, a girl was heaven sent.